There's a funny, pretty little shy girl who follows me like a dream. She acts as if she knows me, but all I can see are these ghosts, 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 ghosts. Hey everybody, happy Halloween, and I've got my Halloween shirt on for all of you. Today I want to highlight my song Ghosts, and I also want to talk about how in life it's not so much about what happens to us, but it's about what we do with those experiences. Because we all have bad experiences, right? Good and bad, bad and good. And the funny thing about bad experiences is someone said to me the other day, they come in threes, don't they? And I'm like, maybe so. I want to talk about 2008 was my really, really, really rough year. A good thing that happened was my son, who had been living at home since he was a baby, and he was now almost 20, he got a great job in another state. And in just a matter of days, it was like poof, and he was out of there. And while I was excited for him, it also, the abruptness of it knocked the wind out of me. And if it was just that, I'd be like, come on, get over yourself. This is a good thing. This is supposed to happen. This is beautiful. But a very short time later, my husband of over 25 years came to me with a secret he'd been harboring. He told me his entire life he'd felt like he was the opposite gender and needed to move forward with this. So it was like, poof, all of a sudden my man was gone. We got a divorce. The year was 2008. Does anyone remember what happened in 2008? The real estate crash. We'd been living in a big, beautiful house a really long time, and it had gained considerable equity, and that was our only financial asset. But then the equity disappeared with the real estate crash. We couldn't sell it. And by the time we were finally able to sell it, almost 3 years later, we were lucky to get out without owing anything on it, which so many people were in that position. They called it being underwater. So in a very, very short period of time, a few short years, I found myself alone and broke. Mentally, emotionally, my state was I felt like I was living in a haunted house surrounded by ghosts of the past. And that's where my song Ghosts came from. And also the evolvement of it and of myself. I had to find a way to get out of that state, or I was going down. I don't want to say I was going down fast. I was going down slowly, okay? I mean, if I stayed there long enough, I would have made it all the way to the bottom of the well. My first impulse was waiting for somebody to save me or looking for somebody to save me. A handsome man would come along, throw a rope to the bottom of the well, and I would climb out and we'd live happily ever after, and this would have all been a quirky little dream. But nobody came along, and after a long time, I was not a fast learner, but after a time I realized nobody's gonna come along, and I need to build my own rope and pull myself out of my own damn well. And what I started to do is I started to make little life choices, looking at the people in my life, the places, the experiences. What would bring me joy, make me happy versus stressing out, paths that wouldn't be so good for me. It started really small. Things as simple as going to the supermarket and standing in the candy bar aisle, the protein bar aisle, and seeing which one called out to me. Which protein bar am I most attracted to today? And I would find the protein bar that would bring me joy. And I know, really small step, but when I started applying, really being discerning to more and more areas of my life, gradually, eventually, I was able to pull myself out of that well and create a life that feels good. And hindsight of 2020, when I look back on that period of my life, all those traumatic events, all those shocks, I can now say it was a good thing because today I'm in so much of a better place. And even today, I'm still seeking out creating those really good experiences. I'm a relatively new ballroom dancer. I picked up the hobby less than a year ago, and I love the waltz, and I'm doing the salsa now and the rumba. And the thing is, whenever I go out dancing, I always come back in a really good place. It uplifts me. A friend of mine is a big fan of women's basketball, and she got herself season tickets to the WNBA for that same reason. She said whenever she goes to a basketball game, even if her team loses, she comes back feeling high. What a great night, either way. And we all need to find things that do that for ourselves, don't we? So it's been a number of years now since I found my way out of the haunted house. And in a minute, I'm going to play you the rest of my song, Ghosts. And if you stay tuned, you will see a shot of me dancing with my very, very handsome ballroom dancing teacher, Rafe. And if you like what I do, if you enjoy my music, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps that I can continue to do this. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a wonderful, wonderful Halloween, and see you next time. Bye. Come dance with me. Come dance with me. Beautiful phantoms come waltzing in circles, swirling in satins, organzas and purples. They say